is one up there. Get on then. Half-hearted. It's already gone in the wood. I don't think he's going to get that. Good boy. Good boy. Right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. It's raining here. It's been raining for the last few days, and it's been a really dry year in the UK. I know some of you guys, or a lot of you guys who watch, are in the UK, but I do know I have a few people from the States and Australia and stuff that watch. So yeah, it's been really dry here, and the last couple of days we've had quite a bit of rain. The camera's probably not picking it up, but you know, it's raining quite lightly at the minute. But the last couple of days it's been heavy, which is good because the ground is like absolute concrete at the minute. The rain we've had isn't really changing that, to be honest. It's going to take, you know, a good couple of weeks of steady rain before the ground changes. But yeah, temperatures are coming down, and it's really nice. So I'm just out for a mooch with a dog on a local permission, and that's all I've been doing really throughout the summer. I just bring him up here because there is plenty of rabbits up here, and I like to bring him up here because it keeps him keen, really. The smell of rabbits, you know, he'll mark warrens and just keeps him ticking over, and he'll have the odd run on them. To be honest, he doesn't catch anywhere we are. It's you know, daytime rabbits are quite hard, you know, especially when they know where home is. But yeah, it keeps him ticking over. And yeah, so we've actually arranged our first ferreting trip, which is next Saturday the 6th. We're out. Nothing big. I had one of my farmers texting me saying he's been seeing quite a few rabbits in a particular spot, and one of his fields is on like a big hill, and the hedges up there are easy. They're the type of hedges with no bottoms to them, so easy to net up. And I thought it'd just be a nice start for the dogs and the ferrets, ease them back in. You know, we don't like to give them anything difficult for the first couple of outings. Ease them back into it, and it's going to be one of them days. If I get half a dozen, I'll be happy. But I'll film it for you guys. Yeah, something else I wanted to mention as well is I've actually got a little sponsorship, and I've had a few people approach me for sponsorships before, and you know, I get some weird ones like gaming companies and stuff like that, which, you know, I don't really want to be like a cash cow and sell out for money if it's not something that my viewers are going to be interested in. That's quite important to me, really. I don't want to upset any of the viewers who enjoy the channel. So I've really been holding out for something that's relevant to field sports, which this company has approached me, and it is. I'm not going to say what it is yet. I haven't, you know, sort of confirmed everything yet, but once I do, you'll see the product. There will be like a discount code for you guys as well, for the viewers, so you can get it. I think it was a 15% discount, they said, offered for the viewers, so that'll be coming soon as well. But yeah, we just got plenty of ferreting planned for you. I've got a new place. I went there at the end of last season, and it's real busy numbers wise. It's a roadside, so probably won't take the dogs. At the time we went there was no stock fencing. I was told that the farmers put a new stock fencing up, so dogs spazzing out because of the rain. So if the new stock fencing's up, I'll check it out, and if it's up, then we can work dogs field side. So yeah, but there'll be a few videos coming off that. But now what I'll do now, I'll shut up rabbiting on, and we'll turn the camera around for our little mooch. Like I say, this ain't going to be like a big video. I just wanted to pop on and have a chat. And I don't know if you can make them out in the background there. It's got the cows in the real steep field. Just put them back on here, so let them munch away some of that cover before ferreting starts. So yep, I'll turn the camera around and we'll have a mooch. Little cows there. It's always important to have a stock-broken dog. Last thing you want is your dog buggering off on stock. Yeah, it's a beautiful place, this. Nice and hilly. Good rabbity country. There's a few round here. We should start this a little bit later on. He's not used to getting wet, it's been that bloody dry here. The good thing about this place is generally when the farmer has his stock on here, a lot of the dog walkers bugger off. Because obviously they don't trust their dogs with the livestock. So yeah, a lot of them bugger off and gives me a nice quiet walk. Nice low tray in this tree here. See if anyone's at home. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. He's waiting. No one home. I poked this tray out a couple of weeks ago and there's a squirrel in there. No one home today. Oh well. No one home, Bryn. He's waiting for her. He's like, where's the squirrel? Good boy. He's gone. He's not in there, mate. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. He's not in there, mate. He remembers. Well, that there is definitely a favourite spot of a rabbit. Look at all that. He sits up here. If I step down, you see it's on a bit of a bank, so he probably sits up there and watches. There's a lot of poo there. But this place is bloody useless for lamping. It's so up and down. It's hard to make it out on the camera, but you just lose them on the lamp. I mean, this field used to be a big crop field, but it was getting hammered by rabbits and pigeons. And I think in the end he just gave up with it and he's turned it over to grass. But the trouble with around here is, where we are, it's chalk and flint. And there's a lot of flints. I don't know if you'll be able to see any. Yeah, look, you could just see like the flint sticking up there. And there, like they sit on the top. You know, my dog's already had an injury, cut through a tendon on a flint. So I never bother lamping that field. You know, grazing fields are good. Like this one would be good if it was flat and it went so up and down, but there's too much cover here, you know, especially for him. He's quite a big dog, so you know he needs a bit of room to get going. It'd suit a little whippet round here. I mean, my whippet, I did lamp her a few times. She did all right, but he just struggles here. You know, it's horses for courses, isn't it? But now we enjoy the ferreting here anyway. It's a nice warren there as well. But yeah, it's nice. It's only 5 minutes up the road from me, this is, so we have a mooch round here every day. And like I say, it gives him a chance to chase a few bunnies. We haven't seen any tonight. Probably the rain's keeping them down, or maybe someone's disturbed them. Normally you'll see a good dozen or so by now. Apologies for the wind. The audio might be a bit crap. Heading for one of the warrens there. He always comes and marks up this one. Goes all the way around this bramble patch. There's always a few in here. There you go. Another little warren in there. He's going to go around the back and have a look. Lots of like warrens in little bramble patches here. But something I did notice while I was here, there's another warren down here as well. Something else I did notice while I was here the other day. Try and show you if the camera picks them up. Here we go. Some nice walnuts. That'd be lovely. There's 2 or 3 walnut trees here. See them up there? It's a nice little treat. We'll come back for them. I've already gone and got my sloes, and we've done gin and brandy and vodka and stuff like that. So come back for some walnuts. Like I say, you don't see many of them, but there's trees all along this wood edge. Apologies, the weather's getting a bit rough. And he's hanging around this warren. I think he thinks we're ferreting. She's going to be disappointed. He knows there's a couple in there. But yeah, we'll come here later on in the season, I think. I was going to come here first, to be honest, but I think we'll leave it. We'll let the, now I know the cattle are here, we'll let them come through and have a go, crushing everything down for us. As I say, I'll let the cattle come through here, and they'll get rid of all these brambles, stamping through them and stuff. To be honest, I really don't like ferreting when the cattle are here, because I find they're so inquisitive. When we're setting the long nets out, they always come over and won't bugger off, and I've had them like try and sort of stamp the long net and all sorts. So I'll let them do their thing here for however long he's got them here for, and start ferreting once they bugger off. Like I say, I don't fancy my long nets getting wrecked. Generally his cows here are pretty friendly, to be honest, but they just don't know their boundaries. Once they start following you, it's a right pain. I'd sooner have sheep any day of the week. At least you can make them bugger off down the other end of the field. Did mark this warren here the other day. Some of these warrens are very hit and miss. I think a lot of them are like hidey warrens where they come out. The main warrens for these rabbits are in this big wood, which I don't actually have permission in. But what they do, they all come out on the edge, and then when they're disturbed, they'll go into like little warrens like this. It's very rare you get 1 or 2 in here, but he was marking it the other day, so I think we'd disturb some. A little bit of interest, nothing major. But yeah, here's something for you lads. Every ferreter's dream here, a good old open warren. But it's very, very rare you get rabbits in here. This summer I have seen rabbits, mainly young ones on it. But like I say, they normally use it as like a hidey warren. It's quite this. I'd done this once. I think I had 3 out of it, but it goes really, really deep. I lost the ferrets on an 8-foot locator collar. But yeah, not really that interested. It's very seldom used. It looks good, but like I say, it's like that one near the wood. They'll use it if they've been disturbed. It's not like a full-time warren. The youngsters seem to use it during the summer, so I never really bother with it. But, unless a dog marks it, obviously. There's another open warren here, and there's a rabbit trying to get on. There he goes. Did you even see that? I hope you lot saw that, because I did. He sat on top of an open warren. He could have just dived down there. Which brings me back to my point that they don't really use these open warrens that often. They more go towards this wood. That's where the main warrens are. Yeah, he went like the clappers, that boy. Did you see that, or were you just playing dumb to that, Bryn? Thing is, he probably knew he couldn't bloody catch that. Or as some will say, picking his runs. Yeah, I'll show you this little open warren. It's not a very big one. He did mark it a fair few times during the summer, but as I say, I think they just use it as a play warren. It's more for youngsters, isn't it? He's not bloody interested. It's a shame because there's so many rabbits here. You'd have thought, you know, you'd get one or two holed up in these open ones, but yeah, they just don't seem interested. They like to make it hard work for us in the winter and hole up in these big bloody bramble patches, which is all very well to long net round, but as soon as you get a damn dig, you've got to wade through a sea of brambles. That's one of them ones where you make your mate dig for them. Yeah, that's where they all get in, that big wood there. And that belongs to the estate next door. They ain't interested, they don't care. So yeah, but I have been in there, I had a look in there. And it's all like box hedges and laurels and stuff. You wouldn't get a long net round it, round all of them, and you can't really purse net it. These are all big warrens. They're ancient warrens around here. That's why the rabbits are so established. But yeah, it's not a place you'd tackle lightly with the cover and everything. That's why the rabbits have got such a good foothold here, because nobody can get to, in that big wood, get at them. They you know, every time we clear this place they just replenish again. But yeah, he gives it a good go anyway. Got to be careful round here, letting your dog dive into bloody bramble patches, because we're covered with munty down here, little muntjacks, and they love all this stuff. Plenty of slows out this year, plenty of slows. We've already made some slow gin, but could do with making some more. Plenty of them. What's it like where you are, guys? I know we've been bursting with fruit here. We've got plum trees in the garden and stuff, and everything's done well. The fruit seems to have done well despite the drought. Like, we've got tons of blackberries and sloes, plums. Our apple tree is bloody full to bursting. We had a big branch drop off of it. It got that heavy with apples, so yeah, it's nice to see a decent wild harvest. Like, last year was quite crap. I think it was too wet last year, and yeah, we didn't seem to have that good a sloe or blackberry harvest. Nothing in this warren. It's just like a little through hole through the bank across to the next field. Very rarely get anything in there. A few rose hips about as well. Quite nice. Good source of vitamin C these are. If you remember these as a kid, for itchy powder. But yeah, you can eat them. Obviously slice them in half. Take out the hairs inside, or the itchy powder, and you can eat them. They're lovely. Good source of vitamin C. You make syrups and stuff like that out of them. Yeah, seems to have a bumper crop of everything this year. Yeah, we are going back to the van now because the rain's getting a bit heavy. Catch you in a minute. Oh, back at the van now. We did get a bit wet. I don't know if you can see how dark my shirt's gone. It's rain's got a bit heavy, but we had a good hour out. Didn't even see much. A couple rabbits tops. I don't think they were liking this weather, to be honest. But no, it's nice to get out, and I just wanted to give you guys a little update, really. It's been a while since my last video. But yeah, actually, something I forgot to post about a couple weeks ago. Me being forgetful, I cleaned the ferrets out, and I forgot to do the latcher on the hutch, and 4 of the hobs got out. 2 of them, my older ones, and one of them actually was on medication at the time for a little ailment he's got. So I just thought, fuck, they're I won't be seeing them again, because out the back of where I live, it goes to massive crop fields that just go on for miles. Anyway, about a couple of hours after they got out, or after I noticed on the Friday morning, two of the 2 older ones. Luckily, the one that was on the medication, they came back. And then on the Saturday morning, the 3rd one come back. He woke me up about 5:30 in the morning, rattling the hutch to get in. I think he wanted water. And yeah, anyway, the 4th one, he was no sight nor sign of him. He was gone. So, you know, we did all the normal sort of posting it on Facebook, our local pages. And yeah, about 2-3 days afterwards, a lady had commented that she'd got him and she'd taken him to like a local wildlife rescue. And, you know, I just thought, oh, for God's sake, you know. Anyway, I called up this this wildlife rescue place and spoke to the lady there. I said, you know, I'm after my polecat ferret. She said, oh, yeah, we got him here, we got him. And then she said, oh, is this Jed? I went, yeah. Who's this? Like, who are you? And anyway, she said her name. Turns out, well, she knows me, I know her anyway, and she is the biggest anti going. You know, she hates what I do. She lives by one of my permissions, and she's always out there screaming at us if we go out and shoot squirrels, and you know, just she's just a nuisance. So she said, oh, if it's you, I know what you're going to do with it. I'm not giving you the ferret back. So I was like, you know, I want my ferret. So anyway, she said she'd call me back, and she'd never bothered. She didn't bother. So in the end, I had to get my girlfriend to call up, because at this point I was pretty annoyed. I didn't really want to say anything else, because then I definitely wouldn't get the ferret back. But anyway, they went for a bit of back and forward, you know, oh, we need proof that it's your ferret, and which my girlfriend's got like videos and pictures. Thankfully, not of any dead rabbits in them, else I definitely wouldn't have got him back. But anyway, she went and collected him, and in the end, they didn't even ask for the proof that it was ours. They just let her have him, and he was pretty pleased. She said the ferret bounded up to her. They brought him out wrapped in a towel. They seemed pretty scared to handle him, to be honest. Even though all my ferrets are, you know, so well handled. And but anyway, the funny bit of the story is that they only went, you know, instead of going onto the crop fields, they went sort of down towards the houses. The lady who brought him in had said, because it was a warm day, she obviously had her back door or French windows or whatever open, and she was sat chilling in the living room, and the ferret, the hob, had walked into her house and jumped up on her sofa and got onto her lap. I expect that made her jump a bit, but yeah, all's well that ends well. Anyway, I got them all back, which I'm happy about, obviously, especially the one that was on the medication. You know, he needed to stay on them meds, otherwise, you know, his ailment would have flared up even worse. But no, they all come back anyway. They're all safe and sound. Obviously, I had to de-tick them. It seems to have been a real bad year this year for ticks. My dog never really suffers with them, to be honest, but this year he's had quite a few on him, and I don't really like using any harsh chemicals on him, to be honest, like the spot-on treatment or the spray or whatever. I'll use it in an emergency. Like, I had to use that on the ferrets because they were head to toe in ticks. But, you know, with ticks, normally if I see one on the dog, I'll just pick it off. But yeah, it's been bad here this year for ticks. If it's been the same wherever you guys are, you know, let us know in the comments. And yeah, I know my cousin actually, she had a tick issue, and she actually had Lyme's disease. She had to go on, I think it was like a 10-day or even longer course of antibiotics for that. And I think she was feeling pretty poorly. So it's always worth checking yourself over, checking your dogs over and stuff. But yeah, sorry, this has been a bit of a boring video. I thought I'd just turn the camera on when I'm out for a mooch with the dog. Thought we'd see a bit more, but the rain obviously put everything off. Look how wet he looks and miserable. But yeah, as I say, I'm out ferreting next Saturday. So I'll be filming that. Hopefully I can get you guys some decent footage. As normal, you know, my mate Luke and his little dog Sam is coming out, and hopefully we'll do all right. We'll get a handful of rabbits. you know, it's still quite warm. So we're not going too serious. You know, we'll probably only do a couple of hours, but the farmer has requested we go. So as you guys know, you've got a bit of permission. You know, if the farmer asks you to go, just go, sort of thing. You know, somebody else will do it otherwise. But yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd do this little update and little mooch about video, and let you know what's going on, really, what's been going on, and what's to come. So as always, thanks for watching, everyone. And if you are new, head back. I've got loads and loads of ferreting videos and stuff like that, and you know, you'll get a flavour of the channel from there. And hopefully stick around and hit that subscribe button. For everyone watching, just drop the video a like and give us a comment. Just, you know, let us know where you're from or whatever, and what you're up to. And when you're starting your season, you know, everyone starts slightly differently, so let us know anyway. And cheers, guys. I'll see you in hopefully a week's time. Cheers.